morning, dear people of the internet, and welcome to a new video where we'll dive deep into the weird human internet shenanigans of this week, day, time of year. It's summer in the northern hemisphere, the time of year where you will see the vacation pictures of old high school classmates you forgot about and who evidently made better life choices than you did. And in the same style but better edited, you will also see the vacation pictures of influencers, which will make you wonder if you should become the next best beauty influencer. In the meantime, you also have the people going on a family vacation, dragging their children to all the historical highlights of the city they have never been in, and those are the people who need a vacation after they actually went on vacation. The real question here is, how do you truly relax on vacation? According to the latest TikTok trends, you do that by having the right preparation for your vacation. Nothing can go wrong with that, right? Right? Wait a second, I first need to tell you about my other creative endeavors, such as this zine that I made last week. It's new and it's now on my webshop, which you can find in the link in the description. It's about turtle envy. It's very good if you feel like the world is a little too much. I also have this zine, which is also new on my webshop, about a very hot day. And I now also have prints. Ever wanted to send your friend some cards? Here's a snail mail card. Or want some fishies in your room? Here's some fishies. And I also sell my crocheted stuff on there. It's very soft, all of it. I promise you that. Anyhow, you can find that over there, and I sell this stuff to afford studying because I'm in art school and that's very fun and I'm learning so much, so it's really worth it, but it's logistically just hard sometimes, you know? But you can also help me with that by subscribing and watching my videos because that helps a lot, so I would really appreciate it if you do that. Okay, now back to the actual video. But I'm sorry, and let's get started.
This is everything I'm doing on my 7-day countdown before my holiday to feel and look my best. I like to focus on anti-inflammatory foods like avocados, healthy fats, blackberries, blueberries. This just really helps me overall feel a lot better. It should go without saying that alcohol is a complete no-go during the 7 days because honestly, for me personally, bloats me, puffs me out. However, if you're going to shot anything, shot aloe vera juice. This is meant to be super good for digestion. I've only just started trying it, but let's hope it works. Dry brushing your skin, I do this anyway. I also have a lymphatic drainage massage booked for the day before I go. I actually been using an ice roller as well. I got this one from Sunnyside Skin. This is just contributing to the debloat, depuffing situation. There are 2 things you should be doing anyway. Make sure you get at least 8 hours of sleep before you go for 7 days, and also 2 liters of water every single day. See, I'm actually increasing my steps from 10 to 13,000 a day. It's quite a small increase, but over the week it will make an impact on the calorie deficit, and obviously it's the last week before holiday, so yeah, I just wanted to maximize impact. All personal to me, and it is just my personal opinion and everything I'm doing, but hope you enjoyed.
This seems to be focused around 2 things. The first thing is just feeling good by sleeping enough, drinking enough water, and eating healthy. I just have one question about that. Shouldn't you always be doing that? Or at least be trying to do that? Because sometimes it's just busy, and I know that it's very hard to care for yourself when you're busy. But anyhow, you should always try to do that because it just makes you feel good, and humans want to feel good, and that's great. Nothing against that. But like vacation or going on vacation is just not the only time of year you should care for yourself to want to feel good, because that's weird. If this is a structural issue in your life, making you do this in your vacation prep, you need some actual help from like a psychologist or something. Anyhow, the second thing is wanting to adhere to certain beauty standards more than ever for some reason. When she first said that she was walking more than normal, I was like, oh, that makes sense, because maybe you're walking a lot on vacation to see a lot of things in the place that you've never been to, because there's often a lot of interesting stuff to see there. But no, apparently it's not why we're doing this. It's to be even thinner. As you know from my skinny talk video, I have a lot to say about that, but I will summarize it in one question. Why, or for who, are you even doing this? I have 3 possible answers to that question, and I find them all equally ridiculous. Maybe not equally, but about the same level of ridiculousness. The first possible answer I have to this is to not feel judged and to feel good in your bikini, which is something that is bigger than just this creator, and it's something that I find very sad because we need to get used to the fact that everyone has a body and that everyone deserves a nice swim. It's as easy as that for me. I know that in society it isn't, but it is. The second possible answer as for why we are doing this is to look nice for potential vacation romances, or the male gaze in general. And I don't quite know what to think about this, except for that I don't like dressing for the male gaze. We've also talked about that before, but vacation romances, it seems kind of very delusional to me. Like, I have nothing against a nice summer vacation romance, but trying for it seems like too much of an effort, especially since you're on vacation. Like, vacation romances should be a surprise, right? That's like half the fun of it, or like all the fun of it, maybe even. The last possible answer I have for this question is to make the perfect Instagram vacation pictures, to make the normal plebs sad and jealous. The thing is, taking vacation pictures as an influencer sounds like you're working on vacation, which is not really a vacation, and it sounds, again, very stressful and not really like a vacation. So, in conclusion, on this video, I am kind of lost as to why we are doing this vacation prep thing, but maybe the next video can help us out with that.
This is how you're going to glow up in just 1 week, okay? If you have a special event or you're going on holiday, you don't have a lot of time left, then this is exactly what you're going to do. This method literally never fails me. I'm going on holiday and this is exactly how I prep. Firstly, if you want to reduce your appetite, eat your food in order. This prevents having that annoying big blood sugar spike, which makes you feel like you want to eat again. See, this is such a hack if you feel like you're hungry all the time like I am. You also want to prioritize protein because this is what will keep you full. Okay, now onto the detox stuff, because a lot of the time when you're not feeling good, it's because you're feeling puffy, you're feeling inflamed, and you're holding a lot of water, so we want to detox. Detoxing is the gateway to feeling snatched, okay? You need to focus on your liver and your lymphatic system. First, you want to be asleep by 10 p.m. Sounds weird, but we detox in our sleep, and you detox the best when you fall asleep at 10 p.m. Throughout the day, you want to be supporting your liver because this is our detoxing organ. It will get rid of that inflammation and puffiness. So you want to be taking some liver supporting herbs. You can either take dandelion root or milk thistle. You can take them as supplements or drink them as a tea. Castor oil packs on your liver a couple of times a week is also another great way to detox. Next, I go on about this all the time if you watch my videos. Lymphatic drainage massages and dry body brushing will change your life. I have a video pinned on lymphatic drainage massages. Check the comments, they speak for themselves. It's rid of all of that water retention.
Okay, wait. Aren't humans like 70% water or something like that?
And it supports your digestion. If you have access to a sauna, it's also another great way to get rid of toxins and water retention. Then for that snatched jawline, you want to gua sha and ice roll your face. Literally gives you instant results. 10k steps a day, the biggest glow up hack, okay? Not only do you burn extra calories so easily, but it also stimulates the lymphatic system, so it helps to get rid of that inflammation. 2 liters of water a day, because when you're supporting your detox pathways, you need to flush out all that extra fluid, and you do that through drinking a lot of water. I promise this routine is all you need to snatch yourself so fast and be ready for that holiday or special event.
For context, all the content this creator makes is centered around wellness, glow-ups, and getting snatched. I couldn't find any credentials, like is she a doctor or something like that, so I think it's safe to assume that she's just saying all of this to sell the stuff on her Amazon storefront and get views. A 1 week glow-up sounds too good to be true, and it actually is too good to be true. I have an opinion about glow-ups and glow-up culture in general, and I made a video about that already, so I won't get too deep into the entirety of glow-up culture, but this 1 week thing makes it a whole lot worse. This video is obviously targeted to people who are very insecure about their bodies. It's framed like it would be helpful for these insecure people, but it actually does the exact opposite of being helpful. The things she says sound pretty credible because it is in fact common knowledge that your liver, for example, does help your body detoxify. However, after that she says you should put oil on your body for your liver, and with my one brain cell that I do have, I think that that doesn't make any sense. Again, I'm not a doctor, so...
Hi, Edit Aiden here. I thought it was interesting to look this up before I say something, and it actually does work. And there are a lot of websites out there that don't seem very credible, but I did find one scientific study on castor oil and all of its properties. It's used in fuel, it's used in a lot of different things, soaps too. And the medicinal use of this castor oil has not been studied, except for in this. And so they didn't study it here because it was about castor oil more in general, but they did mention it and it said that it hasn't been studied. Therefore, I think it's safe to assume that it's not a general use thing. That means that it can work for some people because it has been believed to work for a very long time. So I think that does say something, but if you're looking for a really scientific thing, this is not it. Doctors would not prescribe this. I mean, some will, because there were some of these doctor websites too that I found, but they didn't seem very credible. So most likely, if your lymphatic system is really inflamed, which I will get back to in a second, this won't do anything.
It might do something, but your liver is deep inside your body and not on the outside of your body. So if it does something, it will at least be very, very minimal. I did use Google to find out about an inflamed lymph system because I don't know anything about that. And it turns out, from all the credible sources, an inflamed lymph system would make you very swollen, it would be very painful, and it would be very recommended to see a doctor. So I don't think that that's just something that would happen to everyone all the time. Like, literally walking it off is not going to help you. You shouldn't do that if your lymph system is, or lymphatic system, if your lymphatic system is literally inflamed. So the things that are said in this video might sound more credible than they actually are, at the very least. This video did make it a bit more clear why people are doing this purification glow up thing, I think. And that is because people are made to be very insecure, and then you have these people seeing that and seeing a way they can get views and sell stuff, and they make content that seems helpful but actually makes people more insecure. They're saying this stuff like it's a normal and healthy thing to do, but it really isn't. But if you thought that that was bad, it can absolutely get very worse.
Before I go on holiday, I do a blow dry right before I leave to make sure my hair is nice and bouncy and clean for the trip. I also get a mani-pedi at the same time to save time, along with a lash lift, so I don't really need to wear mascara when I'm away. I do some sessions of LPG. This is amazing for water retention, for cellulite, and just makes you feel amazing. Next up, I get an IV with vitamins and minerals to make sure that I'm feeling my best when I go away and I'm less likely to get sick on the plane. I follow that with a quick cryotherapy to help with my mood, metabolism, and overall wellness. Lastly, I do a PRX T33 peel. This is my favorite skin peel. It doesn't make you photosensitive, so you can go away straight away. Skin is pretty red after, but soon calms down.
Before we get into what is actually happening here, this person said something about doing something for fluid retention, while the previous content creator that we saw was absolutely against fluid retention. See how that is contradicting each other? And all of this is not actually based in science. Like, sure, some of it is, but they're contradicting each other. Like, there's no right way to look good in a Western beauty standard kind of way. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you this video is because this person is literally getting an IV to get vitamins for preparing to go on vacation. Is it just me? But that sounds absolutely ridiculous. It kind of makes me want to scream. Like, when did we stop eating 2 pieces of fruit every day to get our vitamins? When did we have to get them in an IV? How does this sound normal? Like, I know that this is a legit way to get vitamins because now they actually get into your body, which is different from the putting oil on your liver thing, so it works. But I assure you that eating your fruits daily and taking a vitamin supplement every now and then whenever you need it is a lot cheaper and more normal. I am against the use of the word normal, so this is kind of hypocritical, but like, I mean normal in a way that this IV thing to me looks and sounds very science fiction dystopian movie-esque. You know, you can just eat fruits and then you don't have to get stabbed by an IV. It doesn't sound comfortable. That's what I mean with normal. I'm very biased because I thought this was just gonna be just another American thing, and I'm sorry for my bias, okay? I'm Dutch, which is obvious from my accent, but I did look it up just to be sure, and there are these IV places that do the same thing that do exist in the Netherlands, and it's even worse than I thought. They also have skin bleaching IVs, apparently, to get your skin lighter and more even, like without sunspots and whatever. What in the racial bias, whatever this is, why? I don't have to explain why that's bad, right? I know that there are people who just want to do perfect all the time, but this is so very bad. Skin bleaching? Like, isn't there an entire movement in the Black community against that now, and by Asian people? I learned about skin bleaching by watching content made by Black and Asian people, and it's to adhere to, again, to Western beauty standards. And why are we still doing this? And it's also so confusing because in my country, at the very least, it's a sign of status when you come back from summer vacation, all tanned and such. And I also see that on the internet that it's the same for a lot of American people because people get spray tans and suntans and whatever. Why? It sounds contradicting and weird, and it doesn't make sense, and it sounds racist and also just bad. And like, you get spots on your skin, everyone does. That's just part of life. Can we just accept that at the very least? Anyhow, all these high maintenance things like getting an IV and doing cryotherapy are extremely out of touch. I know this person is not saying that you have to do this to have a good vacation, but you're still putting it on TikTok and showing it like it's sort of normal. People will see this and they will think that this is part of having a perfect life. Well, this person is also chasing some kind of impossible perfection, because otherwise you wouldn't be doing all of this. This impossible perfectionism is what this vacation prep globe thing is all about. The trends on TikTok for the last few months, years, decades, maybe even before TikTok existed, they're all about this perfectionism. Like this year already, we've seen the glow up trend, we've seen clean girls, we've seen skinny talk, and they just keep coming. It's just the same thing, but packed in a different wrapper. It's just called different, but it's actually the same. Except now it's just a glow up in a week, which is also just impossible, if anything. In this case, these 1 week glow ups before you go on vacation sound more stressful than relaxing, and won't make you relax on vacation, because it sounds like you'd have to be perfect on your vacation. Well, that's not what vacation is for. Vacation is for relaxing. Like, just hang around in your worst clothes all day long for I care. It's not about getting the perfect vacation picture, but it sounds like it is about that right now, and that's just weird, because that's just not vacation. Self-care is important, but this is just anything but self-care. My vacation prep this year will try to pack my bag the day before I go away and not the day off, because that's just too stressful. And you won't get any resort pictures with a too blue sea in the background from me, because that's not what I'm doing anyway, but that's just unrealistic, because also Photoshop exists. Please don't forget that this summer, if you see your favorite influencer at some sea and looking more beautiful than ever, Photoshop exists. It has existed as long as photography exists, and you have to assume that stuff is Photoshop nowadays. Anyhow, I'd love to hear about your vacation prep, even if you're just staying at home or working this summer, because you deserve some relaxing self-care, and I would love to hear all about that. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked my video, please press those wonderful shiny like and subscribe buttons, and then I'll see you next time. Ciao!